What is going on, everybody, and welcome to day number 2 of this June tactical sourcing competition. Sorry that it's a little bit late. We had some technical difficulties this past weekend. There was a bit of a tropical storm where I was, and so we decided to give this a little bit of a push. But apologize for any inconvenience you guys may have had. But we've got some winners. We've got a few leads to go over. And then, of course, if anybody pops in here and has a question or two, we'd love to answer those and we'll get some prizes out and things like that. So, fellas, how was the rest of your weekend?
It was good. Baseball and Brooks's birthday yesterday. Well, it's today, but we took him to Dave and Buster's. It was fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just fighting pollen here, man. Pollen is everywhere.
It's that time of year.
I would buy some kind of pollen product if it existed on Amazon. Pollen off for your car. Yeah, for me and for everything else. Everything is covered in it. There must be products. True. I mean, I'm just thinking about making Facebook ads for pollen products.
Georgia was so bad. I remember just literally squeegeeing it off the windows.
All right. Hey, we've got a few people showing up. That's great. So, guys, if you have questions, make sure to ask them. We'd love to answer any questions. And here in a moment, we'll go through a couple of leads. There definitely were not as many leads as last time, which is a good thing for us. Made things a lot faster, and it forced those of you who participated to show us the best of the best, rather than throwing as much as you can against the wall. And it made it nice and easy to pick out some winners. We've already got those picked up. And there were a couple of pretty good leads. And one of them that had me confused for a moment until Chris saw it, which I appreciate. And I forgot to check if it was a variation. So it'll be a good reminder as we go over that one to make sure to check everything. Are you guys opposed to going over a couple leads right now?
Let's pop them open. I think everybody wants to see them. The only thing was a few of them are out of stock from the buy source.
Mm-hmm.
Just like last time, though, we will give the benefit of the doubt and assume that they were in stock at the time. It's hard to check that from the buy source, but we will give the benefit of the doubt. That's that's the nature of good leads. I mean, honestly, that's part of it. That's a good sign that it's going to be not a race to the bottom, right? If it is out of stock by the time we're looking at it within a couple of hours. So I'm hoping that the people that submitted them bought them up and made some money on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And also, I don't think we mentioned it, but the winning prize is going to be a $500 gift card to Amazon. Second prize is $250 gift card to Amazon. And third place is a $100 gift card to Amazon.
Perfect. So here's the winner. It is a pair of Sonos smart speakers. They're white. They have Alexa, and you can see. So here's one of the things I really liked about this lead. I've never heard of DataVision before. Never been there. Never sourced from there. Never shopped there. However, we can see that this has all kinds of social proof. We've got shopper approved up here. We come down here. We've got the Norton shopping guarantee, and they are using Klarna. I don't know if the buy now, pay later services do any kind of vetting or background check, but I don't often see those on the very obvious scammy websites, or the websites where you're getting hit with a bunch of Facebook ads to buy a pair of shoes or something drop shipped from AliExpress. So that made me feel pretty good about this without digging in too much to this particular source. Now, these are $398. So for a lot of people, it's probably not something that you would source and sell because it is pretty expensive. I know that I personally, I might buy one or two of these, but I probably would not be dropping $10,000 or $15,000 on something like this to resell. But hopefully it would be something that I could restock later on down the road. And if we come over to Amazon, we can see that right now these are at $578.95. And if we scroll down a little bit and take a look at Keepa, over the past 90 days, the buy box has been incredibly solid. Couple of little blips up and down, but really pretty flat across there. And we can see that the number of sales, or the bestseller rank, has actually gotten a little bit better from March until now, but it's consistent. And then to follow that up, we can see that the number of sellers has gone up and down a bit. The reviews did get a little wonky. They went from 699 to 210, but then they're coming back up. So it's kind of a flag that says, okay, this is still selling. We don't know whether or not this particular item was a variation, and maybe it went from a parent ASIN down to its own ASIN. If that's the case, not a huge deal on this one, because we can see that it still sells. And if we look at the buy price of $398 here, and that's before looking for any cash back or any discount gift cards or anything like that, and we sell it at $578.95, which is the current buy box price, we're looking at $125 in net profit on this particular item. I would imagine that over the next 90 days, you should be able to sell 20 or 25 of these as long as the stock is there. And so I think this is really, really solid. There's no variation. Everything looks pretty good on this one, in my opinion. Anything you guys want to add to that?
I think you're right about the variation being a 2-pack. And then also there's different colors available. So that makes sense that it went from that many reviews down to 200. Was this one that's still in stock from?
Yep. DataVision shows that they are in stock. And I thought that I saw earlier they had a place that might even tell you how many they have in stock on a particular item. So yeah, this is one we could pick up right now and sell.
You want to try to put in a quantity and see if it caps us?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Let's do.
And you guys, I mean, we can't stop you from buying this.
They'll let me buy 50.
Be surprised if they ship that many. That would be cool.
Right.
That is a risky, anytime you're spending that type of money, just be careful. But definitely worth at least trying one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What I like about this is it gives you a ton of wiggle room. Like, let's say worst case scenario, you had to liquidate it just to get your cash back. You could drop that price down all the way down to 273, something like that. Mm-hmm. And you should definitely be able to get to buy box with that real quick and move on with your life.
And I also want to give a shout out to this winner. It is Vivian, and I said her name last time, and hopefully I'm saying it correctly, but Vivian Stakos is going to be the #1 winner. So she did a great job there. And let's talk a little bit about how she sourced this. So she didn't use any tools. And what she did is she went to Keepa, found items with a current rank of under 125,000. Also went in and looked at the 30 and 90-day averages under 150,000, and then looked for the 30-day average and the 90-day average new prices to be between $400 and $600. So she was creating what I like to call price corridors in Keepa. And then she also went and looked for items that had between 3 and 12 new offers on it. She excluded some categories, some Amazon out of stock, and then she sorted them with the current buy box high to low and just started Googling on those things and found this particular item. So that was a great job on this one.
Nice. Good lead.
All right. Next up, we've got this DeWalt circular track saw kit. And something that I made a mistake on while I was looking through this, I was like, oh, this is the clear winner. We can see that we've got some sales going on, even though the price has come up, and we'd be profitable even if this price dropped back down here. But Chris pointed out, he's like, oh, hey, there's a 7 1/4 inch for $209. So we went and we looked a little bit deeper at the variations in Keepa, and we can see that the 7 1/4 inch at $209, which is in stock by Amazon, has 85% of the sales. And we can look at the ratings history. We can see that the ratings are continuously going up. And if we look at this 6.5 inch, which is $8.99, we can see that, well, the ratings have gone up, but not nearly as quick. So in my opinion, this particular product is probably still selling. I'm not exactly sure why. Someone might need the 6.5 inch over the 7.25 inch, or but I don't do woodworking or anything like that, so I don't know if this has some sort of special use, all right, that may be out there. Now, this particular item was sent in on a Home Depot lead, which it was out of stock. Maybe it was picked up. I did happen to find it in stock over at Lowe's with a very quick Google search. You can see the 6.5 inch here. Track saw, circular saw is for $503. And if we put 503 in here, we're looking at about $271 in profit on this particular item. Now, this was going to be the winner, but because it's a variation and because this one only sells about 15% of the time, this one's going to be the second runner-up because I think that it still sells. I just don't think that it's going to sell, 50 a month. I think it's going to sell 5 or maybe 10 a month, although you may get a little bit more than that on this particular item. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good, other than being a little bit of a slower seller. So this came in as second place. All right. Yeah, that was a good one. And now the third place, I wanted to bring it a little bit back down to earth. So third place is going to be something that is probably a lot more of what people would sell. And this one here is a Nature's Bounty Calcium. It's a 2-pack from Walgreens. And you can see that right now it's $20.99, but there's a $1 off manufacturer coupon. So you can only use that once, but it's also buy one, get one free. So it's half price right now. And then it's 15% off when you spend $25 with the code SUMMER15. And actually, bear with me one moment here. Yeah, so 15% off was what they put in there as well. So if we go over to Amazon, what we can see is we can actually get this for $8.92 with a profit of $4.24, ROI at 48%, margin around 19%. And what I like about this is also the stability of the buy box. We do see some prices coming up and down a little bit, and we can see that the sales rank is getting a little bit worse because the buy box went suppressed, but it's still selling. We can see the number of sellers is consistently coming down over time, although it's kind of leveled off a little bit here. And this item sells a fair amount on Amazon, even with a suppressed buy box. 58,000 in health and household is really pretty good. Now, you're going to have a little bit of an issue needing to have the price at the lowest to, capture the sales or things like that, because there are 33 FBA offers. But I think you could do well with this. I think this could be a replen for a pretty good amount of time. And it's just one of those singles. It's what a business is built off of, in my opinion. Sorry, guys. We had I see some questions here. I'll make sure to get in there and answer some questions here in just a few minutes. All right. And then there was, and this one was found with Tactical Arbitrage. It was just a regular old Tactical Arbitrage product search. And this one was from, let me see here. I believe it was from Bill Sokol. So Bill, you're the third place winner. And now I did want to go over a fourth item. And this one I thought was, whoever found it, which I can't remember, did a good job of looking outside of the usual places. If you go to easybins.com, you can see that this is actually a local delivery service. So there's going to be a little bit of markup in there for the delivery service so that they can make some money, and maybe you have to tip a little bit, but if you buy enough product, you should be able to make that up. And I can't remember what location this is in or what part of the US it's in, But they found this particular item for $5.95. It's picked up and sold by Walmart, but delivered by people at Easy Bins, which is going to be like a DoorDash or an Uber Eats or a Shipt or something like that. And over here, it sells as a pack of 2 for $23.95. So this has a profit on it of $4.49, a 38% ROI. Never have to leave the house to go get this. It could be delivered probably the same day. We can see that it has been selling pretty consistently, at least since March. Before that, it was a little wonky. We can see this sales rank is a little weird out here, but it was out of stock for a while. We go back a little bit further, we can see that the price was a little bit lower and it sold really, really well. So if you can get your hands on this in your local marketplace, then you should be able to do pretty well with this. I believe that this particular scent may be hard to find or harder to find. And so this one was a solid one. This one is a 4th place, so not a winner, but I do appreciate you sending this in. I think it was a good example of trying to find a hurdle that other people can't necessarily jump over. In this case, it was a site that you can't buy from everywhere because they only deliver to certain marketplaces.
Nice. Well, congrats to the winners. This is actually the deodorant that I use, but I use it in the spray. Good deodorant. Gets the job done. But guys, yeah, somebody asked, are these tools you're using, will they be trained on acquiring and using all these tools in the OA training starting tonight? Yeah, not specifically tonight, but over the course of the challenge. Chris goes over all the tools that he uses and recommends. It's not a crazy long list. Like, you don't need to have your credit card and be ready to shell out a fortune on tools. But there are some basic ones that we like RevSeller, IP Alert, and then obviously big one you're going to want is your tactical arbitrage. That is the heart of it. And then I'd say Keepo is truly the heart of it. And then tactical arbitrage. But other than that, yeah, it'll all be handled tonight, starting at 6. Super pumped at all of you who got in to enrollment last night. That's awesome. And yeah, you guys got anything else? I think we just wanted to go over the leads. And if you won, I will be reaching out to you, finding out your Amazon. The best way to get you your Amazon gift card. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, do it virtually.
Yeah, that would be great.
And also, whoever was fourth, I'll send you $50 as well, as per the. Actually, I guess everybody gets $50 more dollars too. That was part of the deal. Everybody whose leads were analyzed will get an extra $50 via Amazon gift card.
The other thing we'll do is we'll hook you guys up with Jonathan Swart, so you can get poly bags as your winners. So that'll be I can't remember how many, but the guys over at ilovesupplies.com will drop you some poly bags in the mail. And then Charles Leslie from Network Prep offered, I think, 100 units prepped for free or something like that. So we'll make sure that you get his contact information as well.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome, guys. Congrats to the winners.
Yep.
See you guys tonight at 6.
Bye-bye.